Okay, we're going to start streaming. I'm not messing around with any intros or anything. We're just going to go. I might turn my collar down. We're just going to go and stream at this weird angle, and I'm not going to play any games, I don't think. I'm not going to do much that's clever. I thought I'll stream and we'll see if anybody turns up. We'll just have a chat about life. You know what I mean? Just a chat about life. Or something like that. Or something like that. This is a lamp I made the other day out of light stacks bricks. It's a pretty cool light stacks bricks. Probably make something better than that. So yeah, I'm just going to wonder if anyone turns up because I haven't done a video for ages. So I haven't necessarily picked the greatest angle. I've got quite a splitting headache as well, but I thought, well, whatever, I might as well do whatever. I might as well do a video of some kind. And I've got oh, my levels look really low. Let's see if I can turn that up a bit. That should be a lot higher. Yeah, it's a bit better. Okay. So we'll see if anybody comes, won't we? Yeah. We'll see if anybody comes. So, yeah, I've been here and there and everywhere, trying to make things happen. Not much has been happening, but I gave it a good try. That's a pretty feeble Pac-Man, isn't it? I don't think it comes with enough bricks to do a Pac-Man. Whoop! Can I do it that way? I'm about 2 bricks short of a Pac-Man. Let's see, maybe if I... I mean, if I had enough bricks, that would be a tiny bit more Pac-Man-y, wouldn't it? Maybe I need a bit more of a... We're going to see if anybody watches. They might not. Everybody might have forgotten about me. I do not know. I might be yesterday's man. I might be yesterday's man. Well, was I ever today's man? We are going to see if anybody watches. I haven't got the channel monitoring stuff up, so I don't even know. Can I do it from my phone? Let's find out. Let's find out. I've got a good bit of background in here, ceiling and everything. I've had a Turkish haircut the other week, and it's quite a good haircut. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm pushing the YouTube button. Yeah. Inbox, 1 alert. Zeus Daz has put a video up. So, channel. It's got me live there. There's 2 people watching. That's nice. Don't know who they are though. Wow, what was that game with the funny squash men I was playing? I almost feel like playing a game now. But I've not got anything set up to do it, and this laptop is running so slow. I've got 194 subscribers. Wow. That's great. Do I need 1,000, or is it a 4,000 video before I can monetize? I don't know. Let's talk about life. Let's have a look and see. Can I get into my... You know, I could talk about life while playing something. It's OSG. 1,000 subs, 4,000 viewing hours in the last 12 months. Yeah, well, I ain't going to get that, am I? How you doing, mate? Have you got your channel up and running again yet? I've been discussing with a few people what happened to your channel and how we think... Well, I've got this theory that basically YouTube is deliberately trying to demonetize everyone. There's another channel which is just... it's just basically images. No, it's not. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. There's another channel that was just basically images of forest with rain coming down, and it got tons of views, and the guy was making a bucket load of money off of it. And then they came to him and said, "Oh, it's not original content." I think what's happening is that they know that the content's going to be out there anyway, and you know, it's a lot of money that they can be made because they're still putting advertising on it, aren't they? It's so wrong. So they're just making money off of. It's a dishonest practice, I think. Hi Hattie, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope the little one's doing okay. And have you got another one that's just been doing exams as well? Hope they've been getting on okay. That looks like a kind of throne of some sort. Maybe the Emperor's throne. No, it's like a little gun thing from... No, I'm okay, yeah. Censored that. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff going on. Oh, mate, honestly, I went for an interview the other day, right? I shouldn't really be saying this. I went for an interview the other day with a company, IT company, and they really annoyed me. Good, Hattie, I'm glad to hear it. Really desperate. But suddenly the money's gone up. On first line jobs, the money's suddenly gone up a lot. I've got a feeling it's because they're getting in young kids that just don't have the first idea about engineering. So, yeah. Yep. So, it's, yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit frustrated because I had some work that I thought was quite important that's all been erased from the internet, more or less. And I've been trying to work on some other stuff for some of my other projects, and it's not really moving very quickly. This haircut's okay. I'm looking fairly healthy actually today. I think my muscles are getting bigger. Oh right. Oh, thanks for telling me that. I'm very worried. Hello, mate. Hello, Zeus. How you doing? Thanks for telling me that, mate. I'm not sure that's exactly the kind of thing that you should be broadcasting to the world. And I'm the worst person to talk about that because I am genuinely frightened of that kind of stuff. But you're only going to be around the corner from me. I didn't know they dealt with that there. Oh, is it? It's not to do with the firing mechanisms, is it? Thing is, yeah, conversation. If we ever meet in person, I can tell you another conversation. It's but I can't do it on here. Oh, everyone's starting to have a good chat. Lovely. That's it. Well, I'll just have a little drink of water then, if that's what's going on. Rolls-Royce to everything. Didn't know that. I think there's somewhere in Watford that does something. I think Leo stopped. I checked his channel first of all, and he'd stopped, I think, So yeah, basically, I'm absolutely flat broke at the minute, or I'm getting that way, and I can't get arrested. No one wants to take me. I've managed to get one interview in the last month, and I'm in this horrible. I think I'm in a bit of a trap at the minute, where I'm in the kind of age where they don't. Everyone thinks I'm a little bit. I might take their job, kind of thing, and they're wondering, oh, that's why have I got that? Shush. And I'm struggling. What do I do? I do. Well, for a while I've been doing kind of PR and video production consultancy for social media people, which was kind of a business I was trying to grow. On TV Crime Watch. But I'm trying to get some just first line IT work at the minute. And there's loads of jobs out there, but I don't know. I think I'm probably too old for a first line job now. People don't understand that I don't want to be second line, and I'm more second line than I am first line, I guess, really, but I don't want to be second line. I just want to pay my bills and go home. But yeah, I went for a job. I don't know if there's one of them. I can have a look. Never heard of it before. Let's have a look. See if there is. I mean, we had tech guys near me. I mean, you are literally going to be around the corner from me tomorrow, I think. I mean, it's not actually Derby, that Rolls Royce place, is it? It's on the way. Let's see. Right. The answer is no, I think. Oh no, hang on, there is, yeah. What is it then? Yeah. Support and services. It looks like it's in a. What do I do? See, I actually got a job once from Amiga, believe it or not, and I worked at the place for 4 or 5 years. Somebody asked on Amiga, and it weren't spectacular money, but it paid the bills for a bit. Oh yeah, they are hiring, but administrative assistant. I can give it a go. See if they're looking for anyone, or just drop them a line. Here's something sad. I've been actually rewatching all of the Prisoner Cell Block H episodes after 30 years. You can recommend me internally. OSG, I need an inside man. So yeah, I might chase up you. I might catch up with you on that. That might help me. They're not based too far out of the city, are they? Let's have a look. NG8. Yeah, I'll get on to you about that. I'll have a look. Although, do you want to recommend me? Really? You've seen my technological skills. Now, Prisoner Cell Block H, Zoostas, you might not realise, but there is a massive following with Prisoner Cell Block H, the original series, in the LGBT community, or as I like to say, the LGB community. And I know a guy who is one of the most absolute biggest Prisoner Cell Block H fans on the planet, and he goes and meets all the people. He meets all the actors and actresses, and they all know him, and he writes. He's fanatical, and it used to be on in the UK late at night, didn't it? Well, it's your reputation, isn't it, mate? You think you're okay, blimey. We would appreciate that. I need an inside man. And, but I don't drive. This is the other thing. They tend to, I mean, there's a few first line jobs and they say it's 100%, gotta love the freak. There's a job I applied for the other day and it said 100% office base, and right at the end it said must have a full driving license, and I can't drive, and I won't ever be able to drive. It's got great cliffhangers. Well, you got to keep them queens coming back, haven't you? Really? So. I wrote I can't say the word, but I wrote a parody song which I recorded yesterday for someone for a which is probably going to end up on a meme somewhere, and I I just seen what you've said. You get $1,000 if you recommend. All right, well that's fair enough. Well, if I can help you out like that, that might. Jesus, why does everybody? Do you know what? Something like I'd have no problem with that. I've got no worries with you making money, but I've noticed that other people. I mean, I have made very little money in my life in all the honest work I've done, and I've never done any dishonest work. But in all the work I've done, I've made very little money. Then I look at the people that have made money out of the work that I have done. And it's everybody seems to bloody make money out of me, and I've got the square root of bugger all. Yeah. I've got the square root of bugger all, but I'm not worried about you making money if I get a job out of it. But $1,000, that's a lot of money. But I guess that saves them spending it on a recruiter, which is going to be, thousands. I don't know if I should talk about what actually happened in the interview I did. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. It's a really big company and I would still like to work there if the chance ever came. Well, yeah. Well, I've noticed this. Look. Okay, so the company I went to look at, they're based in my city. People know where I am. And I went into the office, and God, this is unprofessional really talking about this, but I went to the office and I looked around and I thought, this is a big office for 5 people. And when I went in and did the interview and came out again, I looked around and I thought, there ain't 5 people in here. There's 30 people. What is going on? But they were so subdued, so quiet. There was no atmosphere whatsoever. Oh, I nearly forgot. I did something else. I've been trying to do different things, and I went and got contact lenses the other day, and it took me an hour and a half to do the test. Get them in and out, which is the 3rd attempt I've had over the years to go. God, I look really handsome in this camera today, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm just being silly. Who's that? Ego Chip saying hello, Robert. Hello. So yeah, I was what was I saying? I've completely forgotten. Yeah, contact lenses. So I got the things in and out, and then I had to wear them for 4 hours. And when I got home, I was fine. And this one came out fine. This one was welded to my eye. And in removing it, I managed to injure my eye. So they told me not to use it for a week. And now it's 2 weeks, and I still haven't put it in, and it's still not right. I mean, it's not as bloodshot as it was, but it was. Well, it's not bloodshot at all, but it was really bloodshot. And they saw like a pit in there. Ego Chip, I hope you're doing all right. Sorry, I disappeared. OSG. He just can't take the handsomeness. You can't take the handsomeness. And I've been building up my muscles. Can you see how they're bigger than they were? Yeah, I'm building them up. I'm working on it. But yeah, and I don't know what else to say really. What was I say? Yeah, right. So I've been royally fucked over with a couple of things in the last, and the first episode when Les Dawson took over Blankety Blank, he came in with one of those mics or a facsimile, and he walked up with it and he went snap over his leg, and everyone cheered. Yeah, I didn't. I'm just. Yeah, you know I've been fucked over in the last month or so. Here you go, Chip. It's not getting any better. But you know, that's it. Easy come, easy go. But yeah, I had a few things. I've had a few things going on anyway that I've like a few times I've been going to stream and I've thought, right, I'll do that, and I've been getting put off. Because I've had other things that have suddenly come up. I do kind of Redoodah. No, it looks like it's okay. Beautiful. You might have lost me for a second and then I came back. I don't know. So, yeah, that's it basically. I've had a bit of a tidy up my flat. It's starting to look a mess again now. I've just been running around other people and defending my reputation and stuff. Yeah, it did. I think it dropped for a second. I think I had a connectivity problem. It should be better now. It should be better. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Sorry to hear that your dog's unwell, Zeus Daz. I hope he. But you know, these vets are quite clever these days. I'll tell you what I saw today, which drove me bonkers. Well, I've streamed from here before. I've had the ladder as I've actually moved it. I tell you what I read today, and this is crazy. I just saw it off something else somebody gave me. So they're talking about these. Can you not tell I'm more muscly? Look at the front. Look at that shoulder. There's tone in it, and I've got more power. This is the thing, right? Women look at me and they think I'm weak. They think I'm not strong, physically strong, because I don't look. But what they don't realise is this is efficient. This is efficient. So when I ravish a woman, which is very rare, but they often remark the incredible strength I have. Is that? That's right. That's a bit rude. It's like Arnie is streaming, yeah. Hey, anybody go to World of Amiga 91 when they had the thing where you could take for photo taking? It made it look like you with Arnie. I was. Right arm is ripped. Well, you think that one's ripped? That's the right arm there. That one's not bad. That one, look at that. I am getting more muscles. I'll tell you, have I gone into this before? I don't know. Right, because we know my hair is thinning. Now, this haircut is tremendous. I'll tell you, right, the place to go to get your hair cut, brilliant. It's called the Cut Father. Look, without my glasses, I look so handsome. I do. There's a place in Nottingham called the Cut Father. I need to, mate, to get the whole thing. There's a place in Nottingham called the Cut Father, and it's a new Turkish hairdressers. I went in there because I don't normally get my hair cut here, because I've gone in and I I've gone in there before, into places in Nottingham. Like, so my ex said to me once, she came in, because she used to cut my hair. I bought a kit and she used to cut my hair for me and she hated it. So one day I came in and she said to me, "You gotta get your bloody haircut. I'm not cutting it. If I come back and I see you not get your haircut, I'll be real angry." So she went out. And I went out to this place around the corner. And the guy came up and he went, "Oh, hello, love it." And I was like, "Hello." And he said, you know, come sit down. And he went, "Oh," he had a blazer on. He put a blazer on. He looked at me and he was like, there was no queue. And he went, he goes, "Looks like you haven't had your hair cut for maybe 6 weeks." And I went, "Yeah, probably something like that." You know, he went, He started snippity snip snip snip, snip 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 snip, sort of disdain. And then he stood up and walked away after a bit, and he went, "Right, time to get your hair washed." And I was like, "Right, okay." And he wanted me to walk. I had to walk to a basin, and he said, "Right, put your head down there." And I said, "Well, what do you want?" And I got it all wrong, and he was trying to get. It was pretty much Mr. Humphreys. He came and did the. He started washing. I messed it all up. He washed my hair and everything. Went back, sat down, just snip, 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 snip. Didn't even hold the mirror up, as I recall. Just said, "Right, that should be better for you." Okay, cost me about 20 quid, and then the tip, which I think he was insulted that I even gave him a tip. Maybe it wasn't the kind of barbers where you give a tip. And I went round the corner, went back home, sat down, did whatever I was doing. Ex walks in. I thought I told you to get your bloody haircut. Starts shouting at me, throwing rolling pins and everything. I said, "I did get it cut." She said, "No, you're a bloody liar." And she could not tell the difference. That is how pathetic a haircut it was. This one, you go in, and, "Hello, sir, we'll do your hair. Very nice. Have you been to here before? Take a seat. How would you like it?" I say, I have no idea. I said, I've got no sense of fashion, no sense of style, nothing. I said, "Just do what you think's best." "You want it short?" I said, "Well, I don't know, mate." I said, I'm going bald. Do whatever you think is best." "Okay, we'll do it short. It's better for the hair when you've got bald, we'll do it short." So he takes his time. It's about a 20-minute, this haircut. Costs as much as it cost me where I normally get it cut, not in Nottingham. And he's taking some, then he's coming back and he's doing stuff. And he did see this, they don't normally do this on me. He went and cut the front, so the very front is short at the front. And it makes it look like you've got more hair than what you've got. And asking for a flat top next time. Watch the cutter's reaction. I don't think I'll do that. I don't know what that means, but anyway, so he's saying to me, "You want some coffee?" A man comes up, "We want some coffee." I said, "No, thanks." I said, I can't drink coffee. Seconds later, coffee comes. He said, "Have some coffee." I said, "No, I can't drink it. I can't." I said, I can't drink stuff with caffeine in. "Oh, no, try, just have a taste. Eventually, the manager comes. "Leave him alone. Don't make him drink the coffee. He'll kill him. No. Have some Turkish delight." There's all this Turkish delight there. I said, when I'm finished, I'll have some Turkish. Thank you. I had the Turkish. It was nice. But the guy cut. Look how good this was 2 weeks ago. And the cut. I've been having to get my hair cut every 3 weeks. Look how good the cut is. It's a really good cut. I don't look anywhere near as bald. Obviously, I'm still thinning at the back. But I'm really happy with it. So I'll go cut there from now on. And he took all time, was doing all stuff here and there, taking a lot of time. Good haircut. Makes me look good. Drago, that's the guy from Rocky 4. It wasn't the Super Mario. But I tell you what, I reckon I could still be a boxer. See that? Me, what comes from a family of boxers, like, I've never been that keen on getting punched. That's the problem. Thank you, Hattie. It's nice to have a female opinion on that. Just wear a wig. Yeah, cheers, Ego. Cheers, mate. So yeah, I did this parody song, which I recorded yesterday, and and it was going. I was just going to give it to someone to do for a meme thing, and I used a word in that which I didn't realize in America it's considered a very, very bad word. I didn't think it's a bad word. So the word I used relates to people who decide that they are not the sex that they were when they were born. And yeah, the red dwarf joke comes out from Zeus Daz. Well done, yes. I know that one. I'll tell you what, mate. I found one white hair on my chest because I'm going white here, and something else on that, right? I shaved my back, like my body hair the other day because it was so hot. I shaved, right. And I've always been joking, the hair on my head is disappearing and it's coming out my back. The hair on my back, I hadn't realised, it is actually head hair coming out of my back. It is head hair coming out of my back. So I was like looking at it, I was like, this is head hair. You could take that hair and put it out the front of my head. What was your censored message? Probably something disgusting. When he asks you if you want anything on it when it's finished, say a pair of knickers. Oh yeah, thank you. Cheers, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll avoid that one. My teeth looks crooked. Get it waxed. Oh, you mean like Jess? You mean like Jess? You know who I'm talking about. Good old Jessica with her balls getting waxed. So, yes, I was quite happy with the haircut. But yeah, I loved the contact lenses. I was like, oh, I've got new haircut, contact lenses. I walked around outside for ages, like looking at it. Oh, it was great. No glasses, and you could just see everything. But I got eye strain for a week, and I caused a big pit to form in my eye. Oh, hello, somebody's bebonged me. What does that mean? Is that someone? Oh, hang on. I'm just gonna. Do. Bear with us, everyone, because I just got to fire this message out. What we got here? Contacts are scary. Mess safe. Okay. Unprofessional. So you got to get trained at. Hey, mate, if you want to catch up, tomorrow, let me know because I might be around. I probably will be around. So if you come through this way, I know where that it used to be on the way to my work. I think the Rolls Royce place. It's on the way. It's not Derby, is it? It's sort of between Hucknall and somewhere else. But thanks. Yeah, I'll yeah, thanks OSG. I'll get onto you via Twitter or something and give you my details and I'll look up that place and see if I can get a job with them. Because I need a job. Because what am I going to do? I'm becoming, I don't want to be unpliable. Yeah, that sounds. I know the one where it is. It's just up the road from me. It's not too far. And when you get off at Derby, you can see the data center for Node 4. So yeah, let us know. But you'll be in Derby, won't you? I'm not going to Derby. Anyway, I'll drop you a line on Twitter. I'll have to get into that Twitter account. So yes, think this is it, Hattie. I mean, I know it's. I can come have some beans on toast. I can come have some beans on toast with cheese for my dinner. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Maybe. So, yeah, Hattie, you were saying unprofessional. The thing is, this is part of the problem. For a long time, I was helping someone out who had a habit of calling me in the kind of normal streaming times. So I was doing less and less streaming. Otherwise, I would have done more. And I wasn't. I mean, I haven't made any like video stuff for a long time. Like non-streaming stuff. Hey, I've got stuff. I'm going to fix something. I don't know whether I'm going to fix it on stream. I'm going to go and fetch it. So I took this back with me on that super hot. Oh, I don't want to reveal. Look at my. Do you not think I'm getting more muscly? Does it not look like I'm getting to feel like there's like changes happening. It's like I'm having puberty at last. Flipping heck. Can you still hear me? Does my phone still work? Yes. Right, bear with me. I'm going to get what I got. I'm just hoping I didn't explode my bottom then. Right, so this is how. Oh, I'm knocking over loads of stuff now. This is how. I came on super hot day. I got the train Thursday, I think it was, and I brought back with me this Sharp TV, which doesn't switch on, and I've already taken to bits, but I can see absolutely nothing wrong with it. And I think the problem. I got that bag. Yes, you might have that bag. It's quite a common one. Yeah. So I took. Oh my god, the heat, the wall of heat that hit me when I got off the train. Oh, it was overpowering. So basically, this TV, something's gone wrong with it, but I'm not sure. I think it might be the power stage, but I'm not sure because it's really confusing. But it's one of them that have got a DVD drive on the side, and at one point I thought maybe it was that messing it up. But there's it just one day it wouldn't switch on. Could not get it to switch on, and I'm guessing it probably isn't. It's probably controller board that's gone wrong. But there's nothing visible that looks bad about it. All the capacitors look fine. The everything looks fine on it. So I might get a new controller board. I mean, I think I can get like for like controller boards for it, and then you can just swap them over. And I've got another TV which was a brilliant, lovely LG based Samsung TV, 37 inch, but better than some of the stuff that have I tried plugging it in? Yes, I have. Thank you. But yeah, I got this LG one, this Samsung one, 37 inch, which was in perfect condition. But at some point when I've had it stored, it's got scratched. But what I'm kind of secretly hoping to do is that if I can fix that one, which is cycling colours, I've got a feeling that might just be a ribbon cable that needs a bit of contact spray on it on reflection. But what I'm thinking of doing is using that as a virtual pinball, the base of a virtual pinball table. 37 inch, it's quite a good size actually. It's not too big. And then this one might end up being the back plane on it. You know, so you got the pinball table, you got the bit at the back that has the marquee and everything on it, if that makes sense, and the scores. That would be what that is. So, but yeah, I'm going to repair. I'll repair this. I think I've seen online you can get the things. They're about £7 for the new drivers, and I've also got my 24, 30, whatever it is. I've got a monitor that I normally use, which has been playing up, and I was thinking of getting one for them as well. So I might make a series. Probably I won't do it live. I'll probably do a series of videos when I'm trying to repair those, and hopefully I'll be able to do some good videos that because I haven't done that for a while, and because I quite like that technical stuff, and I should be a bit more patient and tight with my productions, really, because this channel is always sort of seat of the pants kind of thing. And there was a time when I actually tried to make some proper videos. I mean, the first video I made on this channel has got more views than any other. It's about this phone, and I got like it's had about 4,000 or 5,000 views. So, yep, but yeah. So yeah, this is pretty. This is not a bad screen. I wish I could. I just wish it would work. It's going to be something so simple that's gone wrong on it. I feel tempted to open it up now, but I'll leave it till tomorrow. But yeah, I've had my coffee table on the other side of my room, like not in the coffee table. I'm now talking to you with my laptop on my coffee table. I haven't had that on this side of the room for about a year and a half. I moved it to one side out of the way while I was recording music, and I never moved it back. And I've got my rug down. My rug has been rolled up for ages. So everything is kind of, I'm sort of organising stuff, which I've been struggling to do. And yeah, so these are all exciting things. I know people don't want to see games and they just want to see me talking like this. But I should do more streaming on this channel. I've got another channel that I'm trying to finish a video for at the minute. And yeah, but that's kind of where I am, what I'm doing. I want to do more stuff. I'd like to make my video, I'd like to make things like Zoostaz is putting videos out every day. I'm sure he's trying to make this into a nice earner. I'd like to get 1,000 subscribers, but to do that I have to, make stuff that's worthwhile and pander a bit to the audience, And that always sort of, there's guys I like. I like Guru Larry. I like what he does. I think he gets a good trade-off, but he's got like a little team that helps him. Some of the other guys, I don't know, because I like Ashens, because he's off the hoof. He's able to do it off the hoof, but he started at the beginning when I should have been starting. I didn't understand YouTube, and I should have understood it. I didn't understand the value of making the investment. And unfortunately, do you know what really snookered me with that is that I was unwell. I was mentally unwell, and I didn't embrace it. If I'd been a bit better, I would have really embraced it. Because there was a time when you could put anything up on YouTube and you'd get 800 views. Because there just wasn't enough content on there. So yeah, it's cool. So I'm hopefully I'll speak to this. I'll speak to our good friend OSG, and maybe that'll get me an interview in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, Ashens I like Ashens. He does. He is quite high quality. I don't. Well, we were talking about that the other week, weren't we? After the last time I streamed, I feel a little bit like there's a little bit of a clique there, but I don't think he's too cliquey. It's not Duplo. This is these are light stack bricks. Version 2 doodah on the bottom, which see, like, it does stuff like what have I got? Right. So you can have it just light up. It comes up brighter if you plug it into a USB power supply. I'm probably gonna get another box so I can make a decent lamp out of it. But I've just started. Always intended to use this as a lamp. And see that it's a bit brighter when you plug it in with a USB power source. But they give you, a few bricks of each color, and it's not enough to make anything other than wacky shapes. But yeah, I'm. The plan is with it was to make a lamp. Is that what I was saying? Yeah, but they are. Yeah, they're Duplo sized. What I didn't realise is they're not. The bases are not like Duplo, because I was hoping I'll need to get a genuine Duplo base to use with this, because I was hoping that they would plug onto this Lego base, but they're not compatible. They'll be compatible with the Duplo base. What I could do is get some. I mean, I've got Duplo sized bricks that I can mount on the bottom, and then you have to kind of secrete this in between. But then you can't access the on switch. I guess I could. I just have to leave a space and put this at the back. I mean, I could try that. I'll tell you what. Let's try it now. Yeah, Lego and Duplo are, but these aren't, because the bases aren't the same. Look, hang on. I'll get some Duplo. Bear with me. Oh, I nearly exposed myself on the stream then. I came extremely close. My trousers got caught. These have lost, the elastic has gone in these trousers, these pajama bottoms. I'm always decked out in finery for my streams. Right, bear with me. I've got to go to the room I never go into. Right, so none of these are actual genuine Duplo, but they'll do it. And the box has been in the room I never go into, so it's filthy. Oh, okay, I'll just have to take some out and bring them across. Ugh, I have to wash my hands now. So there's one room in this flat that I don't go into, which is the biggest bedroom, and it's on the main road. I'm just washing my hands. It's on the main road, and one of the windows doesn't close, and I've been on to the landlady about it, because I don't go in that room, because I don't rent that room. I rent one room in the property, and okay, well, these bricks are clean. So these are Mega Blocks, and there's a few Italian things that were sold by. Really good bricks that were sold by oh, that's annoying, because it's got, oh, I need to drop my trousers in front of the camera again. If it doesn't fit with Duplo, well, it's not, no, it will, see, because look, I'll tell you why. Because Lego, well, this is the thing, it's the bottom, see, that's a Duplo, well, that's Mega Blocks actually, which they're now calling Constructs. Constructs is actually a different thing. So, right, this is interesting. Constructs, I just happen to have some here, as I was ages ago bleaching some out. Right, so they're now calling Mega Blocks that are Lego sized Constructs, and I think they call Mega Block, these ones maybe still Mega Blocks, right? But Constructs was actually something by Fisher Price, which were these things and these things, and they've got blue knots, which I don't have any around with me, but they have these blue knot pieces that lock them together. This was my favourite toy, my absolute favourite toy. I bought a load of them second hand. I had tons, and I had them all preserved perfectly in the boxes, and my dad slung them. Infuriatingly, I wanted them for my kids. Now, so anyway, this is Duplo size. Now these do fit with these, but the bottoms are different. So the bottom on this will fit, should fit. I might be about to be proven wrong. No, it does. So the bottom will fit on this, but because the bottom on this is different, not compatible, but it does fit with this. So what I need to do is have some kind of way of Well, it's difficult actually because so I'd need to have like a plinth because this doesn't actually have a bottom, and then there has to be some bricks around the edge. I don't know how doable this is actually. Let's try. So, okay, so what I'm going to do. By the way, these bases I got. How many bases did I get with? So I got this base, this massive base, and a load of other base parts I did have around here from Wilkinson's a couple of years. Oh right, okay. So you get this, and you got this and this, right? This giant one, and this thing. I think there was another one in there as well. And it cost £4. And when I bought them, I said at the till, they got that too cheap. There's no way. That's amazing value. I said that's brilliant. These are now like 10 quid this set in Wilkinson. And this is a great big board. Yeah, it's a whopper. It's a whopper. In fact, maybe for this lamp, it'd be better to try use this one or the yellow, because the yellow ain't much use to man or beast. I'll do the yellow, and that's like an old Lego-y colour. For a while, I used to watch Yang Bricks and people like that on. No, it's compatible, and the base is a bit different. Apart from the red one, which has got like another slightly different thing. I've got there's a proper Lego one there. That's from the. I've got Lego sets I haven't even built that I've just had lying around, and I'm you know. Hello, Mr. K. Yeah, the Wilkinson. So it was the Wilco set. I hope you're well, Mr. K. This was a Wilco set. It was £4. I think they're now 10 quid. I don't know what they've got and they've got the road tracks as well in there for about £2.50 each. And the quality of their bricks are the same as. So they've got like a pick and mix thing, which it was £3.50. I think it's £4 now. I mean, I've got another couple that have come out of another set actually, which I haven't assembled. Which these two are supposed to go together at the bottom, but the quality of their bricks are the same as they're the same molds as Block Tech, which is a discounted Lego brand, but no, they had the straight roads and they had the ones with the bits coming off. They had a few different types. But yeah, the Block Tech, they're using the Block Tech molds, but they're using much better quality plastic, in my opinion. So I've got some of those bricks around somewhere, but see, like Mega Block, these are crap. The Mega Block ones are crap. I bought a load a while ago, and they are crap. But I don't know if John Lewis still have these. I just picked out one that was. This box got mixed up. Right, so these ones are this Italian brand. And they've got this weird like shape on the centre, and they're called Unico or something. Yeah, Unico. But John Lewis was selling them for a while. I don't think they're selling them anymore. But these are better than I thought they were better than Duplo. They really cling to other bricks. In fact, I've got two there. They were really nice. In fact, you can probably hear it quite. They really adhere. They're nice. Whereas Mega Blocks, the plastic is so much cheaper. They're so much lighter, and they barely stick together. So, I mean, they're just crap. I'd only use Mega Blocks for filler. And I was thinking maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that this week because I did want to build like a little like diorama or something, and I might use the Mega Blocks I've got to fill out like mountains or something. Because the other thing they've got in Wilkinson's is they've got brown bricks and grey bricks now, so they're good for mountains and stuff. But yeah, their bricks, the actual quality of their bricks is not bad. It's a decent quality plastic, whereas the they're Mega Blocks. I mean, that's a nice colour, that one, but yeah, the plastic is quite good on the Wilkinson's bricks. So I'm yeah, I think I need to go 2 up. What was that? I was thinking that yellow one, wasn't I? Right. So do I need to go 2 up? Yeah. So okay, it's kind of resisting going on there. Alright, so it's not so compatible with these Wilkinson's ones. It doesn't want to go on. Oh, it'll go on that one, it just doesn't want to go on the end one. Oh, that could give me enough room. No, I need to go right onto the end one. Okay, maybe I'll use a couple of these. A couple of the square ones. Oh, the square one's going, okay. So yeah, they attach okay. And then what I'm thinking is, what I need to do is build a couple of them up. Right, so then if I do, right, actually, that fits in like that. So that locks it in place at least. Right, so really what I want to be doing is turn it the other way. I'm going to get it in the centre as well. How many is it? I used to love Duplo. Again, most of mine got thrown away. But I've bought loads for kids over the years. And then I play with them with it. So what I'm going to have to do is kind of have it lift up a bit. So it's so cheap. The Mega Block stuff is so cheap and crappy. I'd never recommend this stuff. Nobody can see anything. Shall I move this down a bit? Look, maybe if I move this down somewhat, I need to be a bit careful I don't dox myself. Or dix myself. So I've got I'm sure I look a tiny bit broader. I know I'm really thin. I'm trying to just build myself up a bit because I'm getting older and I don't want to be a thin and frail older person. And if I know this video is really dark as well now. Did I switch that light off over there? I did. Oh, I'm trying to push a brick that won't go on there. Yeah, I'm turning it into a Duplo. Well, there's a few times I've wanted to do Lego streams actually, and I just thought no one would be interested. But seeing as we've gone down this path, and I'm feeling a bit like doing it. Hey, it's a Sunday night. Hey, everybody's having a cool time. Everything's cool. We're having a cool time. So I don't really even... Right, okay. Okay, right, I think I figured out how I'm going to do this. So all I need to do is have one in the middle. And then, as long as I've got one in the middle, I can build up these other ones, you see. I'm just going to... Oh, you can see I've got tissue between my legs there. Duplo tissue. Oh. One of these days, I don't know if the opposite of doxing yourself or a variation of doxing yourself is dixing yourself, but I can just see me leaving my trousers, not my trousers falling down while I'm on the stream, and it becoming a moment in internet history. Do you remember the day when the future Prime Minister, AmigaRob, accidentally put his Todger on display? Well, he said accidentally. Is that gonna go on? Come on, that's it. Yeah, they're really crap, these. I'd definitely be doing better if I had... I could do it with real Lego bricks, well, with the Wilkinson's bricks, because I've got Wilkinson's bricks. But I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to go and fetch them. I've got them somewhere. Okay, so then what, in theory, because I want this to be lifted. No, what do I want it to be? I want, because I can't put that actually down because it's got a flat base. So I want that. That yellow one's falling off again. I want it. They've all fallen off. They're popping off. This is hopeless. They're terrible. They are awful, these Mega blocks. I've really pushed them on now. They don't want to go down, but here we go. No, they're still not. They're still popping off. They are crap. They are just a complete waste of time. They're only good as filler pieces. They're so light. Right. So really, I want that to be sitting there and then held up, don't I? Really. Because that's the first point at which I can then clip something onto the side. So what I would require is that one to go there. Let's chuck this red one on here. You've been watching marble runs? Oh yeah, I think I watched a marble run. What was it? With the balls that zoom all over the place. Oh, Lego ones. I watched a thing with a guy who had balls, so to speak, going everywhere. See, this is how crap. This is where you run into trouble. Because these crap ones, you can't hang on to the thing, right? But there, this is what I'm thinking. So once I've got that like little plinth sorted out, that means this base will work for me. And then theoretically, you can start. I'm just gonna. Oh no, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, I watched a thing. Was it with marbles? I think it was with marble. An underwater one. Yeah, some of these. I saw one. Oh, it went all over the place, up and down, side to side, around the middle, up and down. Looks like a cool effect, this, doesn't it? Thing is, I can quite easily. Because it's very clever how they're wired up, because you get even brightness. I mean, I don't know what components are in them. I guess it'd be the kind of thing that Big Clive would like to look at. But so you got those two, right? So if you can see, oh shit, you've got switch it off. The two in the middle are lighting at the minute, and these two haven't got a circuit to them, but as soon as you put one on the top, the circuit's completed and they all light up. So you've got a lot of possibilities. And you could make a pretty cool sort of city. And I guess it'd be pretty easy to make, like, modify bricks and have wires so these could be lights in windows and stuff, or stuff like that. Or but I think they're pretty cool. I like them. And I like the colours, actually. Looks a bit like the M machine from Metropolis now. Guess I could. Don't want to throw it. These bricks are so thin, the light will probably go through it. I just want to. No, I don't want that one. Another yellow one. I quite like the orange there. I think the whites and the yellows go well together. In fact, if I go down here with one, I want that. No, I think I prefer it just as it was. I think that's a nice little map that I've made there. Yeah, that'll do me for now. I'll just... Yeah, so one of the options is sound detection. I can't remember if I said that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that would be pretty cool if you wanted to make some kind of puppet or something where you had it light with a light up voice kind of thing. And if you put like a cap, what you could potentially do, I guess, is if you put if you wired it in series, would this work? Wire it in series and put a capacitor. Look at me with this tissue between my legs. God, let me just put that back up there. If you wired this up with a, my first one never ended. I gave up at the Rubik's Cube. Yeah, it looks a little bit like a Space Invader. It does look kind of cool. Thank you. Rob, love the way you disappear and then just randomly turn up again. Well, I've been, thinking about doing stuff. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, now I've forgotten. I had this tissue on my groin. Oh, I've completely lost the thread of what I was saying. Do you know what? I still have advert jingles. I was talking about this. There's someone that I'm hoping to do some work with. And I was mentioning to them how I still have jingles from adverts. I think I've done it on here before, like tasty, tasty, very, very tasty. They're very tasty. And I just have them never ending, like the Turkish Delight theme. And that Turkish Delight advert is shot beautifully, actually. I've never really thought about it. It's gorgeously shot. Like most of our adverts, some of the best stuff produced in the UK was adverts. It's certainly with animation. Richard Williams Studios and Oscar Grillo. Oh yes, I was just saying, if you put capacitors, you wired this in series and put capacitors and got the circuit right, you could potentially kind of delay the way the light goes. You could kind of speak and have it go. Oh, I guess. Oh, I don't know. You could probably do it with a. I guess you could probably do it with a. Like some kind of IC now, but it would need lots of wires. So. Are you ready? Are you... Oh, look, that I hadn't realised. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it flickers sometimes as it's just over the threshold. And if you bring it closer to you, it's off on the peak. So, it might have some kind of... Because I thought it was pretty instantaneous, it's switching on and off, but it isn't. It's got like a noise gate in there. So there's a lot of, it's got like a noise gate, and then it kind of triggers and then goes a little bit. So the louder you are, the more it stays on. It's not doing it. Oh, it does do it off a fairly short sound, but okay, interesting. It's always interesting to know how things work. It looks better, actually. You're getting, because of the decay happening slower on camera, it looks better on camera than it does in reality. It's very sudden, in reality. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, how long have I been streaming for? It's amazing how I can go for 1 hour and 10 minutes with nothing really to talk about and just talk. absolute bollocks, and still. I did bring these onto the channel before. I just remembered. I broke it. I did bring these onto the channel before. On New Year's Eve. When I also what did I do on New Year's Eve? I also did my oral irrigator, which some people remembered as one of the worst moments on this channel, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good. You know, you can't account for taste sometimes. So that was a pretty cool one. I'm just gonna build a lamp, which is just like all like, because people go for simple things now. That's what people like. Simple things. In fact, I should switch this on while I'm doing this. See, it would be absolutely quality if you could do something like this, but have like a VU meter on it or something like that. That's what I thought I'd be able to do. When I saw a USB connector on it, I thought, oh, are each of the bricks addressable? That'll be where they need to go with it. Make addressable bricks, that'd be awesome. And it shouldn't be too hard to do, actually. I mean, it would increase the cost, I expect, but... So yeah, hopefully I'll get on to OSG tomorrow. I'll try and catch him when he's on the train, and see if he can put me forward for anything. Cause I'm getting a bit fed up. Oh, I put one that isn't a colour one. God, Mega Bloks are crap. I wonder if that's part of the reason they changed the name. I thought it was just to retain the copyright on Constructs. The trademark on Constructs, but it might be because they actually reformulated the stream died. Oh no, yeah, it's. I think I changed my provider a while ago, and I don't think they are quite as reliable as what I had before. Which is, there should be no problem with streaming on this channel. None at all. Absolutely none, but there often is. You can't hear a word I'm saying? Should be fine. Should be fine. Anybody else having any problems? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. If there is any other people having problems, please alert me. I'm too far away from the mic. Shouldn't be. It should be fine. This mic is quite good in that regard. Should not be a problem. Should not be a problem. It could be a problem. Okay, I made a tower. You can hear me when I'm close to it. It's funny, shouldn't be giving that much. Should be working fine, should be in good range, but I don't know. I need more of these. If the good people at Light Stacks are watching, this is and they give you a bloody long USB cable, and it's good quality as well. This is a decent USB cable. Unlike the one that came with my phone, which gave me a shock the other day. Look at that. Look at the difference in brightness when you plug it in. Yeah. That's good. Look at that. The battery in my phone is actually starting to fail now, so I need to find somewhere that will sell me a genuine replacement. Oh, I've got a dud. Bad contacts. It's not too bad though, generally speaking. You know what, maybe I want to do this slightly different. Picasso would be proud. I'm going to slightly change this. How about that? Hey. Little bit different. Not my usual style, this way of doing it, but it's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey, it's just like Blade Runner. Do you remember that film with Ford Addison in it? He went flying round in funny spaceship thing. Everything's a city over there. Hey, it's just like in that there London, except everything's gone bonkers. Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty bright. It's almost like, it does look a little bit lightsabery, doesn't it? Where can I leave that where it will still be in shot and still be plugged in? Nowhere is the answer, unless I put it here. Hopefully where it can erase my hard disk, possibly. So just leave the top of it there. Well, I've been rambling for an hour and 18 minutes. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. I will do more streaming, and I will, because I'm determined to turn this channel into a money spinner. So if you came looking for games, what can I do? I mean, I've spoken. If you can't appreciate that with very little stimulus, I have. I mean, and in terms of intellectual stimulus, not to denigrate those who are boldly sat back and watched this rubbish that I've turfed out, turned out even. It's a Freudian slip. I can only do this for so long, you know. I can only do this for so long before I think this is it. Even these noble people cannot take any more of this rubbish that I'm turning out. So I'm making something else. So just as we speak, I'm constructing something, another wonderful construction. Oh, these are so bad, these bricks, honestly. I don't know. Such a difference between them and the nice ones that John Lewis stock. If I can get these Unico bricks are better than Duplo. That was something I made. You turned down a Sargon live stream? What, to be on it? Or to watch this? What's Sargon gonna say? He don't know much. Sargon doesn't know much. Sargon doesn't know much. He didn't even want to do it. Sargon doesn't know much. Watching, yeah. Yeah, Sargon. He's an interesting guy. He's a good observer, but he's not a politician. And he's not a politician. Yeah. Well, I'm quite good at them, I think. No, you don't, mate. You're fine. Yeah, Sargon. I had. I was. Well, it's a couple of months ago now. I was. Yeah, a couple of months ago. I saw him. Oh, you got the little tyke back to sleep. Good, good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm thinking about stopping Hattie. I mean, I could run out. Let me see if I've still got it on here. Let's see if Hattie's got anything to tell us. And we do that with our special... It's the Hattie Chatty thing. That's it. Hattie Chatty. Time for Hattie Chatty. Right. Hattie, tell us what's happening with your life. What exciting things are happening? Oh no, says Hattie. Hattie Chatty, tell us. Do I have to run it again? Here we go. Hattie Chatty. That, in the past, now you imagine, in times gone by, that would have been commissioned. You know, LWT would have had to have spent thousands of pounds on that, and I've produced that. And all we need to know, Hattie, what's happening? Justify the cost. What is happening, Hattie? I've played it twice, and normally you just do these things sparingly. Hattie is about to tell us. Yikes, she needs to defrost the freezer. That is what I produced. A top of the line graphics, CG graphics for. In fact, I would have done it stop motion, but I just don't have the talent. But that's what we produce it for, because we know that Hattie will inform us of the newest information. Hattie's freezer is in the... Now, Hattie, I know what you're going to do now. Ego Chip's happy, he needs his one done as well. Hattie, what you're going to do now is tell us, I'm sure, the details of the defrosting. Now, I believe one of the details will be, because I'm not thinking you're the kind... See, I'm the kind of man that has a... I've just got a tiny freezer compartment. She's also run out of kitchen roll. I nearly ran out of kitchen roll, but thankfully I bought some more. And something's wrong with you guys. Having deja vu. Well, I hope you're not having a stroke. Remember, if you do have a stroke, call an ambulance. And do it before your arms go all floppy. So Hattie, what kind of freezer? Are we talking about a separate freezer, or is it a built-in compact freezer? I'm assuming you've got a whole freezer. I think you're the kind of you are the kind of opulent person that would have an entire standalone freezer. That's what I'm suspecting. And the kitchen roll, I expected. Oh, it's a built-in one. So what you mean? You've got your fridge, and at the top you've just got a little tiny bit of freezer. A freezer compartment on the top of your fridge. That I expect is because you're the kind of person that likes their food fresh. Very little frozen. Oh no, hang on, no. Alright, maybe Hattie just doesn't understand the different types of freezers. It looks like a cupboard. Right. You have an integrated fridge freezer unit. So on the bottom you will have the freezer, and on the top will be the fridge. Most likely combination. Gotcha. So you've got a big old freezer, and in there I expect you've got all of the kind of frozen stuff you eat, which will probably be something like what kind of frozen things does Hattie like to eat? Well, I expect there'll be fab ice lollies. You know what I mean? Yes, I do. Looks like a cupboard, yes. Integrated fridge freezer, we call that. Fab ice lollies. I reckon you'll have a couple of Soleros. Smallish freezer. Don't underplay it. I know you're a pretty big high flyer in the hat industry. You'll probably have some peas. No minted peas, because you can't get minted peas anymore for some reason. I tried to make my own minted peas a while ago and it didn't work. No lollies, because health. Maybe sorbet, veg and chips. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I would have thought so. Yeah. Are you vegetarian? I can't remember. So Hattie the vegetarian just has frozen veg and chips in there. And when she defrosts her freezer and a little bit of water splashes on the floor, I expect she'll be using some Plenty, formerly known as Bounty, to wipe it up. Or maybe she goes to Costco and she gets their big rolls like in a massive pack. Not vegetarian. She just doesn't like frozen meat, so she doesn't have frozen meat in. She just has chips, frozen chips, and veg. I mean, I remember when chips, you used to have a chip pan. You know, frozen oven chips was a new thing. In fact, they're nowhere near as good. Ego Chip is vegetarian. You just... Hattie's not vegetarian. She just doesn't like meat. I guess there's a difference. I'm not vegetarian, I just don't like meat. Yeah, I think I understand. Is this warm? No. So don't expect to use this as a heater because it's cold. Well, that's interesting. And is it... you're not... The only thing in Mr. K's freezer is a pair of pack of square sausages. Well, I guess that's more efficient for space. In Nottingham, we have some quite good sausage sellers. Look how terrible this is. I mean, literally, there's no tack to it. They just fling off. Production is so poor, and the better bricks have like a kind of stickiness to them. Honestly, can't describe it any other way. That'll be Hattie's interesting position where she's not a vegetarian. She just doesn't like meat. Do you know? I wonder if that's because there's such bad connotations now with a lot of things to do with vegetarianism, because they've basically ruined it. Vegetarianism has been ruined by vegetarians. I'm gonna stick my neck out and say that is why she feels ashamed to call herself vegetarian. Vegetarian. I just hate like thick things. Like steak. So you like ham. You don't like thick meat. Well, Hattie, I've come across quite a few women that don't like, well, not a huge number of women, but there are women that don't like thick meat. And, you know, it's the bane of my life. But You know. No, you don't like ham. Well, ham can be thin. So you don't like thick meat, and you don't like thick meat, and you don't like thin meat. So wafer thin ham, no good. So really, you really don't just. It is that you just don't like meat. You're kind of vegetarian. What about your kids? Do your kids eat meat? Well, I guess one of them's still too young, but does your older kid eat meat? Does your partner eat meat? You can see why my husband hates me. Your husband doesn't hate you. I mean, so my ex was a vegetarian. The girl I was with before her was a vegetarian. Excuse me, grabbing my nose. Trying to think about the girl before that. Basically, I've had a lot of vegetarian girlfriends. Not that I've had a lot of girlfriends, but I've had a lot of girls in my life that are vegetarian. And I'm thinking maybe it's time. You know, I had a girl in my life that ate meat. But, do you know, honestly, what crosses my mind? Yeah, they eat loads of stuff. Just me, that's weird. Alright, well, there you go then. Honestly, the thing that gets me is it's been... I'm beginning to wonder... Like, right, this is now late night, you know, adult conversation. I'm beginning to wonder if I was with a girl who ate meat, would I notice a difference? And when I say would I notice a difference, I mean like, would I notice a difference when, you know, would I notice a difference? You know what I mean? Would I notice a difference? You know what I mean? Is it obvious? You know, would I know, you know, Hattie, would I notice a difference? You know? Notice a difference. If I was with a meat eater. Who shot who in the what now? Yeah. Listen. We're all adults here. Yeah? We're all adults. There's nobody here. If there's anyone watching that's under the age of 18, go away. Right? You know, when you're, when you're with someone, and sometimes, you know, and you know, do you notice a difference? That's what I want to know. You know what I mean? Notice a difference. I think you can put all the... I think I've given you all the dots, and I think you can join them together. In what way? Or what's the most delicate way I can say this? from Hattie. Right. I think you know what I mean. Let me put it this way. I don't know what the delicate way to put it is. Ah, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's it. See. Yeah. Hi, Jonas. Hi. You've come in at just the right point. Jonas, are you a vegetarian? So, yeah, Hattie, Hattie, I'm not asking you directly. I don't know. Well, I don't think you'd know because I think this is I don't know. But Jonas, the question I was asking is right. I was just saying it's been a long time that I have been with a woman who is not a vegetarian, and if I was with someone who ate meat, right, he eats meat within reason. It's fair enough. Well, I don't want you to be a cannibal. Not a cannonball, cannibal. Right. Yeah, but if what I'm wondering is, say I was to be with a woman who was not a vegetarian. This is actually this is actually on my mind. This is actually on my. Oh, you don't really know exactly what you mean, right? So this is on my mind because at the minute I'm like, I can't remember what it's like to be with with a woman. You know what I mean? With a woman who is not a vegetarian, right? And you know what I mean. Do I need to say any more? Do I really? Jonas, you know what I'm getting at. You know when, you know. So basically, when you're saying, is there a veggie? Well, what I'm saying is, Hattie, what I'm saying is, I mean, yeah, ego chip doesn't understand. What I'm saying is, right. Well, like. Hang on, I'm gonna make a tool. This is almost what I need here. Right. I'm just gonna slightly modify this to suit the. Just give us a second or two. I'm having a bit of trouble getting they won't stay on, for God's sake, come on. I'm trying to do science here. Right. Okay, everyone, we can do this illustrated. Other than, I don't know what the difference would be. Otherwise, they might have a beef joint wrapper in the bin. Do you know what? You are very, very close to it. Beef joint wrapper is almost there. Right. Here is the girlfriend. I've quickly repurposed this model. Is everybody up to speed here? Let's just make sure her legs don't drop off. Here is the girlfriend. Right. Here is her head. which I probably could have done a little bit better. It's just got eyes poking up over her pectoral muscles. Here, what you eat is a personal thing. If someone would base a personal on the food people eat, that's not what I'm trying to get at here. I mean, now my legs have dropped off. That's not what I'm getting at. Right. Right, here we go. Right, make a girlfriend. Right, okay. Exactly. 8 nipples. Like tungsten wheel nuts. So you got this up here. Now I wonder, first of all, when you're up here in this area, you might notice, like, I don't know, maybe something different in the mouth. When you go here, maybe you notice something different. Maybe, you know, but you hope nothing comes out. Nice lamp, thank you. Yeah, I made it. Great, it is actually running a bit hot. Yeah, when you're here, you might notice something. There might be something. Look, I don't know if people are into armpit stuff. You'll definitely notice something, I'm sure, with the armpits. But I've never been into... Right. Now, let's just say, right, we've done the head, right? We've done this area, this one and this one. The arms, everything, armpits, right. What I'm wondering about is when you, in the course of your duties, you get kind of below this red brick and above these 2 bricks here and sort of in the center there. You know what I mean? Below this red brick. That, you know, is it going to be a bit different? Because, you know, this isn't CBB. Well, this is what, and the reason I'm asking, right, is because, right, thank you. Ego Chip's with me. He goes with you, and I think Hattie's caught on. You know, because right, because I got a feeling it's going to be, you know, got a feeling it's going to be a bit different. Not that I'm in any position to have a new girlfriend, but yes, Hattie is caught on. Well, it took a while, but there you go. Just ask the question. I don't know, because I don't think many people do this stuff. I think I ask questions about sex that most people don't ask about. Hey, everyone went bonkers. When I brought the condoms on, everyone went crackers. What are you doing bringing condoms on? Why did you bring the condoms on? And I just said, well, I'm bringing the condoms on because I think we need to talk about these things. So now I'm saying, now I'm saying, do meat eaters' minges taste different? I don't know. I don't know. Because I you know, I don't know. You haven't had it for about 8 months. Is that... I'm guessing that's meat. It's made for a talking point. Any marketing is good marketing. Well, I don't know. So, like, yeah, I actually struggle to think. I seem to attract a lot of vegetarians. In fact, I was just a few months ago. I was talking to someone. It's ridiculous the number of vegetarians I attract. I've been on the phone recently to a vegetarian that I was hoping to get some work from. We were talking about or just doing some creative stuff, and like vegetarians really like me for some reason. Hattie, it's been 2 years for me, you know. It's feeble. But there you go. You know. Hattie. Ugh. Hattie, you're trying to bring the tone down here. I'm trying to do a very scientific discussion here about... I have a vegetarian vibe about me. I don't know. That's... Do you know what? Oh, God. I think there's very few women. All right, let's talk. Right, so if you watch Sex in the City, you'll think, oh, women, their sex drives. Oh, when they're in their like mid to late 30s, sex drives go bonkers. Some women it does, I think, but not all women. It might have got deleted. Depends what word you said. Maybe try and star it out. Yeah. But I've, you know, it's boring, really, isn't it? Sex, it's just, you know, it's boring, and it's all, you know, too much fuss and all the bloody diseases, and you know, too much stress and condoms and bloody, you know, lube and all the rest of it. Possibly. And, you know, blah, 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 all funny. You know, it's all... Spend all your time, you know... You know how trendy censorship is now. Yeah, it is. I do like censoring stuff. I've just recorded an interview with someone, and I started talking about... Right, so I have to be careful when I say this, because I'll end up knobbling this channel, but I was talking about a subject that I thought might get me blacklisted on a certain video platform. And the subject related to how... Look, it looks much better. If I can just balance that brick on there, that's much more attractive. I might go for that. Oh, Hattie. I'm sorry, Hattie. I've realised recently. I mean, I think it's important when you're with someone. I think it's important to try and make things work. And I realised just in the last few weeks. Well, I've realised it already, but it really hit me that I've, like, the last 6 years of my life, 6 of my golden years, I've been trying to, like, either been trying to save a relationship or been trying to get over a relationship that was finished 6 years ago. But I had so many bad things happen in such a short period of time that I couldn't contemplate ending that relationship, and in the end it was when she ended it. And I think if you can fix something, then you should fix it. But I think if you have I don't want to go into detail. Oh look, I've managed to put hands on her hips like an angry woman. There you go. It's a bit more like a woman. Not fighting, just haven't done it since the Second World War. Don't get the things wearing what they might like, Cat. Sometimes you might just put off the partner that don't care. Okay. Quite get that, but well, sometimes it's difficult, but you know, what happened with me was my ex was just not just ignoring me. I thought, I actually thought she was unwell. Went on for months. I went to watch a stream. They wanted a fail competition to react to, so I picked out one with feminist fails. Brilliant. That's great. Feminism is poisonous. Fully brainwashed. Oh no. Oh, not SJWs. It's worse if they turn into an SJW. Particularly with some of the people I've associated with. See, SJW, Hattie, I'll tell you, because I don't think you know, is social justice warrior. And look, I'll tell you something. I am pretty much of the point of view that feminism is a disaster for women, an absolute bloody disaster. It makes women miserable. It's designed to make academics have something to do, and the only way that they can survive, is to continue making up things to be fighting for. For example, like the women's pay gap, which doesn't exist. A lot of girls is what they thought I wanted. After a couple of months, people stop pretending and show who they really are. Just be upfront, says Janice. Yes. Well, that's the way I generally deal with women. Everyone, in fact. People know what I am. It's one of the reasons women get mad with me, I think, because when they realise, oh God, he's actually like this. I've never really pretended at all. And it's funny when I see people. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I see people I haven't seen in years. They do say, "You never change." Yeah, well, you could do it that way, Hattie. Yeah. See, sometimes if you make people laugh, they start farting. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I tend to deal with women quite straight, and I think they generally deal with me. But I say that there are people that I don't talk to anymore. That I don't know whether they were ever being straight with me, but those kind of relationships don't, whether they're platonic or otherwise, don't generally pan out. When people aren't being entirely honest, it's usually obvious. But yeah, feminism is terrible, and I think like first wave feminism. All of the major battles have been fought now, except for when it concerns like certain religions, like the one that if I say it will probably get this channel blacklisted. So the one where people tend to wear, the females tend to walk a little bit behind the men, and their faces are covered in some way. There's a lot of oppressive things happening in there towards lesbians and lots of other groups of people, homosexuals in general, and they don't seem to say so much about it as they do about lots of other very marginal things. So, but they seem to be designed to make women miserable. Women are miserable because you tell women you can't be a woman, or that to do what your natural instincts. If your natural instinct is to be a certain way, oh no, you mustn't do that. You're letting down women, so it's sad, really. But and I know a lot of women who have gone down that road, and it certainly happened to me in my relationship. Someone becomes part of a social group and they start thinking, I've got to be a feminist, and everyone's trying to be the feminist in the group. There's no logic behind it. True friends, says Jonas, true friends just tell you the stuff that you already are very well aware of. It's the duty of friends to tell a friend the truth. Well, yeah, I mean, look, I've told people straight. I mean, Ego Chip knows a bit more about this, but I mean, I've done it before where I've told people things straight and they'll never speak to me again. But I think, well, I've got to tell them because I'm not going to not tell them. But then you get, this is when the nice guys come last thing comes in, you know, because the other guys, the guys that'll tell them what they want to hear, they're the ones that'll, you know, get whatever they want out of them. And they're fuckers. I'll tell you who's an absolute prick, and he's a big guy on social media, Paul Joseph Watson. Utter fucking asshole. And if any of you guys watch that guy, I think Ego Chip might watch a bit of him. Utter asshole. He ever goes down, always goes down in my estimation. Every time I think it's as low as he can go, he goes down. He is a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He who praises me is my friend. He who criticizes me is my teacher. He who flatters me is my enemy. Well, that's a good one, Mr. K, yeah. And third and fourth ways feminism is not so good. Yeah, he's a dick, Mr. K. He's caused me a lot of trouble. He's probably cost me well, he has cost me money. He's an absolute arsehole. And I'll tell you something, if you ever become aware of my other personas, it'll probably be because I'm taking that idiot down. He's an absolute fucking knobber. He's an absolute... Honestly, he is a piece of shit. I've never met him personally. But he's caused me enough trouble not meeting him personally. And I've heard... Oh, I keep saying this. I'm yet to hear a woman that has a nice thing to say about him. That has a good experience of him. And I've known a few women that have dealt with him. That's another story, Mr. K. He's an absolute git. He's a git. And he's earns a lot of money, and he's a real piece of work. Doesn't care about anyone. From what I understand, doesn't care about anyone. Doesn't care about what he's doing. His job is to go out and make videos that get people going so that he can watch it. So he plays on getting people going. Yeah, he is notorious. Yeah, he's one of the big... He's probably making more money than anyone. Paul Joseph Watson. Prison Planet. That'll probably get me blacklisted on. He's not a good guy. And I've... number of people... I mean, there's people that say to me, oh, he came up with this great video, Conservative is the New Counterculture. He didn't come up with that. That idea came from someone else, who's a friend of mine, actually. He's a rat bag. He's a rat bag. You know what I'm talking about now, mate. There you go, Chip. He's a rat bag. He's an absolute rat bag. I'm holding back a lot here. I've actually been talking to someone about this guy today. And there are a lot of things I could say about him, but... Yeah, he's... Right, oh, God. I know a great story about him and his age. But if I do it, it's not for here. It's not for here. But offline, I'd tell you it. He is an unbelievable... He's the kind of person that he's just a vile person. Yeah. Well, look, Alex Jones. Alex Jones and Paul Joseph Watson are the same. They work off the same model. So Alex Jones, I first heard of him about 20 years ago when he used to turn up on the James Whale show. And he used to come on and talk about all these crazy conspiracy theories, all the tinfoil hat stuff. And he'd go on there and rah, 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 do the same shouting voice, do all that. And Paul Joseph Watson came along not long after that. That's pretty much all Paul Joseph Watson has done. And he was conspiracy stuff. He's a bad guy, Hattie. PJW's bad guy. Paul Joseph Watson. So he was doing all that, and then after a while they just thought politics is more profitable, so they started going from all the crazy Area 51 stuff to going onto the political stuff. And they've got a system. They look around for subjects, then they just kind of recycle it. Paul Joseph Watson has nothing in his flat. It's like an IKEA showroom. I can tell you that. I've had that from more than one first-person account. It's like an IKEA showroom. I think it's on that video that a couple of Herberts made, a film they made. He's a weirdo. Yeah, Hattie. He did. He was on there. That's the first place I heard him. He was on James Whale show on Talk Radio. It was about 20 years ago. He was first. When James Whale was first on, he was getting on there. I remember hearing him when I was at university. That was 1999. They're just, and they've made it into a big business. So they've got like this, like part of the place where they get the money, rather than donations, because actually they're a little bit unusual because they're not doing the PayPal thing really, but they've got like this line of brain tonic and Christ knows what, he's yeah, they're just bad guys. They're just bad guys, and but I'm not so much worried about Alex Jones, but PJW, bad guy. And if that guy ever wants to call me out on that, I'll be happy. He won't, because he's terrified. He's aware of me, I'm pretty sure, but he won't. He's never engaged with me. But if he ever makes the mistake, I will just go, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? And he will do it in his pants. He isn't. I'm telling you, he deserves nothing, and he makes a fortune, an absolute fortune off of YouTube revenues, and now he's just started asking for donations because he's realised that he's not going to get, he's not going to make as much money. Yeah, I mean, I can see the trolls it causing a problem. I mean, you can't control the audiences. I mean, those other streams I did, we sometimes had some interesting audiences. But you'll get that. But the job of the presenter, if you're doing a good job presenting a stream, you should be challenging those kind of things. You should be trying to get people to think. And the streams that I've done that are political, I've always tried to get people to think, and I've always tried to be fair. And try to move things forward, which is a shame because nobody can see any of them anymore. They've all been removed, but practically all of them. There's only stuff which is kind of apolitical, that artsy stuff that I did with my other friend. But yeah, the seriously, I wouldn't do what they do, which is basically just go around in circles and try and wind people up. Well, what's the point of that? Jonas, he's gone out for his fag and missed the us moving on to this stuff, but he's come back to relationships, which maybe we should do, because we're nearly up to 2 hours. We are over 2 hours. The relationship thing all boils down to being honest. If you're not honest towards your partner, it's basically you kicking yourself in the groin. Maybe, maybe. I think a lot of it. I think feminism makes relationships hard now. I think a lot of relationships fall apart. Even people who don't think they're feminists, a lot of relationships fall apart because women have this a lot of women have it drummed into them that they are equals, but they also should be expecting more than what is reasonable. So when you add that in with the standard women being unreasonable, I'm sorry, Hattie, most women are a bit unreasonable. When you add that in, it's a toxic mix. So you end up with women who kind of like they want the moon on a stick. You're not. They're asking for things you can't win, but they're also being told by people outside forces, even if they don't think they're feminist, they're being told, yeah, the men are really bad, you shouldn't be doing this, oh, don't let him push you around, da, da, da. And they can't see that actually they're doing the pushing around. So that's a real problem. I've had that problem more than once. Totally different definitions of the word. Well, there are. I mean, some people, the feminists I mix with, most of them are gender critical, and they're actually mixing with people who aren't feminists. I mean, I get called TERF, meaning trans exclusionary radical feminist, all the time, and there's absolutely no way I am a feminist in any way, shape, or form. So, but feminism is not in good shape. It hasn't ever really been, and I've got lots of feminists who've blocked me on one of my Twitter accounts because I just ask straight questions. I mean, I always have a problem with this idea that abortion is a human right. It's about women. And I had an argument with someone a few months ago, a debate which they didn't like. I can tell you something about male feminists. But I had it recently where they said to me, so this person's been going on for ages about abortion, and I've been saying, well, I don't think it's a privilege, not a right, and it's an unfortunate privilege, a necessity, because in the real world, pragmatically, people will get abortions if it's legal or not. So you're better off having it legal and at least putting restrictions on it that are clear. And So they were saying this. Then they said, they posted, there's a kind of femicide going on. People are getting more abortions. People are selecting to have abortions of female babies more than they are men. And I said, why does it matter? Why should it matter? She said, well, it's, there's less women. I said, but you're telling me that it's just a clump of cells. So it doesn't matter what gender it is, what sex or gender it is, whatever way you want to put it. It's just a baby. So you can't complain about it. If you're going to tell me that abortion is a right and you can abort because it's part of your body, and it's just a clump of cells, then it doesn't matter what sex it is. You can't complain about it. And that annoyed an awful lot of feminists. That annoyed an awful lot of feminists. I got a massive backlash. But that's because fundamentally, a lot of the time women, and this is men don't do this. Men generally don't do this, and this might sound sexist, but I can't ever think of a time a man's done this. When you present something like that to a woman, for whatever reason, will generally go, when you present show them their logical fallacy, they logical fallacy. There's a penis in everything, isn't there? There's even trying to squeeze a fallacy in. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it has gone crazy. You don't believe in equality. Well, it depends what you think equality is. I mean, some women just, they don't understand. Equality is them getting an advantage, it seems. And like this thing, I mean, I see a lot of women saying that the gender pay gap does not exist, or the sex pay gap doesn't exist. You can account for it. And other women will go, spunkers, traitors, blah, blah. This is the other thing that gets me. I don't want to do politics today, but when you get people that say, you're in a certain minority, so you should have this. You should be equal, but because you're in this minority, you should have this particular point of view. Otherwise, you're a traitor. Um, no, if you're equal, then you get to have whatever point of view you want, no matter how much people think it doesn't suit your race or religion or age or whatever. So but yeah, it's the people go for different jobs. That's why pay is different. People go off for pregnancy. That's why it's different. Your career gets doesn't move along. I think the most realistically, and I've heard people say that the statistics show that actually men are vastly more prejudiced against, particularly white working class men, are vastly more prejudiced against on the statistics. And the other thing that I've always said is that when you look at statistics, you're looking 40 years back in time. You're looking at people across their careers. Well, 40 years ago, things were very different to how they are now. So you need to look at people coming out of school and in the last 10, 20 years, really. Some schools in America lowered the allowance for male students to sport teams to make male and females even. Yeah. If they choose to do gender studies at uni, they won't be earning as much as someone who does a STEM degree and gets a real job. Look, I know people, I know lots of people in the sciences in this country who work in the sciences. Actually, not so many. Well, no, I know a lot of people on Twitter. I know lots of scientists and doctorates. They're out there. They're out there. I mean, they're not always great earning jobs. I know. And actually, a lot of the people I know that are not from this country. They're actually from countries that have more defined sex, gender roles than what we have in this country. But the expectations are higher. Yeah, there's never been more. It's better for women now than it is for men, I think. It's just bonkers. It's just bonkers, but yeah, you'll hear all this complaining, but I hear about how unfair it is for women, but I very rarely hear about these women. It all seems very middle class, the concerns. I don't hear many of these feminists talking about the girls that are being abused and losing their sexual agency, or. So anyway, it's I think we've got a new Prime Minister who I think is a bit more switched on. I think we've got the best cabinet we've had maybe ever, in terms of, certainly in modern times. Certainly since the Second World War, I think we've got one of the best cabinets we ever had. Some real capable people in there. Looking forward to see what they can do. Hopefully they won't disappoint us too much. It's like the Oscar people want even numbers of male and female actors in movies. Yeah, you can't do it. Oh, people crying about the wage gap, made poopy life choices, and the gap it isn't based on present day even, It's not based on the present day. So if you're looking at people across 40, 50 years, you're going to get the situation that was partly there 40, 50 years ago when people didn't even think. Not they were necessarily held back. I mean, there's plenty of women that have done. Look, here's a job, a very skilled job that women were almost 100% of the workforce for a long time. Film editors. Film editing was not seen as a skilled job in Hollywood. And as a result, many films on the production line were edited by women. Now, Chaplin would edit his own films, generally speaking, but the production line, the churn, was being edited by women, and they were skilled artists, and maybe their pay wasn't represented. Great, okay, but that's the skilled job they did. That now a film editor gets paid. There's lots of female film editors, quite a few, and they'll get paid the same as men. And if they go off to be pregnant, they'll earn less money in their career because that's life. You get paid for what you do, yeah. Oh, I think Johnson's going to be all right. I think he's going to be all right. I think the thing about Boris is talking about the golden age. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going a bit over the top. But it's quite funny watching Corbyn trying to match it. His team desperately trying to do it, and they always do the communist version, the ersatz communist version. It's crap. But the thing about Boris, he's very well studied. People don't realise he's very well studied historian. He studied leaders in great depth. He's run an actual business and had ultimate responsibility for it. He's been a journalist and done journalism all kinds of spheres for a long time. He was quite humble as a journalist, actually, coming up through the ranks, and he did a good job as a journalist. So, and I think he's going to be a better prime minister than he was a minister. I think he's good at spotting talent and get people in. Look, Donald Trump probably would not have been a good minister. He might have been, but leader, president, different. When you pick the people and when you're doing the job, when you're a prime minister, your job is generally appointing people and making sure they're doing a good job. And every now and then you have to clear up a mess, or you have to make a decision. And when you make a decision, you go and ask people. And if you've got a bit of knowledge yourself, it gives you more skill to listen to what your advisors say, or maybe come up with your own thing. But generally speaking, you're... and a good president for that was Reagan. Reagan tended to get people in, say, tell me what the situation is, A and B. A puts their thing across, B puts their thing across. And he'd go, you've won, to one of them. And that's it. There's Leo. Hello, Leo, mate. I really hope Boris works out if you go in a sensible way. The opinions are extreme, but I don't think he's extreme. I don't think he's extreme in the slightest. There's some natural eccentricity, but he exaggerates and puts a lot on it. I've known people like him just in real life. I hope you're well, Leo. Yeah, I think Boris is gonna... I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's going to be all right. I'm ready to be disappointed, but I think he'll sort out Brexit. I think he's made a very good appointment in Priti Patel. I think we've needed her properly in government for a while. His top 4 staff, any one of them could be prime minister and do it. And I think his successor will come out of that 4. I think it will probably be Priti Patel. Dominic Raab, I think, will probably be prime minister one day. We're talking about people that have got talent and a bit of dedication. I think Raab is the most sincere out of all of them. Raab and Rees-Mogg. I think Rees-Mogg, he's going to be he should be a prime minister one day. But he's a great choice for Commons leader. I was talking about him a while ago. He really gets around and talks to everyone. He was going to, when Anna Soubry was nosediving and everyone in her own local party hated her in Broxtowe, Rees-Mogg went to Broxtowe and started talking to her constituents or to her local party. He was talking about how we're going to get Brexit through when she abandoned them. So he's a very good, politically he's very good, great leader of the House. He will be. He will get things sorted out. Vegetarian sex, feminism, Boris Johnson and Lego. Oh yeah, that's the topics today. Yeah. Compared to his predecessors, there's no way he'll do better than that. There's no other way. Yeah. Honey, I think he'll do better than rubbish. Theresa May was not too good. You wanted Raab. Yeah, Raab, I think it would have been a bit too soon for him. I think he'll learn a bit now. I think I think Priti Patel and Sajid Javid wanted it. He wanted it, and he thought he might get it, but he's been cautious. I think Chancellor is a good job for him. Someone who's actually run a business, someone who actually took a massive pay cut to be a minister. One of the very few people who've shown talent in business, who've given it up to do. I don't think he's 100% sincere, but I think he can do the job. So, Priti Patel, I think she can do the job. I think she's going to help deal. She's going to be a good Home Secretary to have to deal with some of the problems that need to be dealt with in terms of childhood sexual abuse. Javid, I don't think he's quite up to it now, but Chancellor is the right position for him. And Boris is a good talent spotter. He's made good appointments. Those four are a good basis for government. They're all going to be on message. I was talking to someone a while ago, and we thought Rees-Mogg would be a waste as a minister. So the Leader of the House is a terrific appointment for him, because that is where he's very strong, getting the people rallied together and getting them working. Whether he would be a ideal Prime Minister, I don't know. But a lot of people like Mogg. Need the first. Good. Chew drunk spaghetti about the second. Excellent. Politicians are that they usually like sex or pizza, even though they're not great. Still pretty good. Oh, they usually like sex or pizza, not that they usually like it. They are usually like it. Yeah, sorry. Pretty good. Makes no difference. Doesn't mean that I'm not engaged though. I don't know. I think politicians can be terrible. I mean, Anna Soubry was a great newsreader, terrible politician. She's completely clueless. There's been some real bad. I mean, I think Jeremy Corbyn is an appalling MP, let alone a party leader. His handling of the Islington scandal, where kids were being abused, was absolutely shocking, and he's never properly acknowledged it. I must get to bed, shattered. Must I'm enjoying the stream. Thanks, Rob, and good night, everyone. Thanks, Hattie. Thanks for joining us, and thanks. I'm glad we finally got to the bottom of that other thing. The bottom. Well, it wasn't the bottom, was it? Godzilla. Is that Japanese Godzilla? Or is it? They usually like to... Yeah. Well, look. Right. PJW. Paul Joseph Watson. No, I'm not going to tell this story. I really don't like that guy. I really don't like that guy. I really don't. Corbyn's crap. He is crap. He's it's amazing how he just doesn't seem to be able to deal with any of the anti-Semitism in his party, and it definitely is. There is a problem there. And it's really straightforward. When you get what really got to me, right? King of the Monsters. Oh, so that is the Japanese one, isn't it? What side's that on? I like Destroy All Monsters. It's got all of them, Ronan, and all the rest. He wants a no confidence vote, and Boris hasn't even had a chance to do anything yet. Well, they're desperate for an election because I think they realise it's their best bet. At the minute, with the way the Brexit Party is, there's a chance... This is turning into my political streams. The way the Brexit Party is, there's a chance they could actually stop. They could cause a problem. Once Brexit happens, Brexit Party is game over. So if I was Boris, I'd do Brexit, and as soon as you've done Brexit Party haven't got anything to campaign for anymore. They no longer exist. Do an election and get on that bounce. And hopefully everything's smooth, you know. So that's part of the reason. I think part of the reason it's not gonna be so bad, Brexit, is he has to get the no deal right, and the day we go out, everything has to be smooth because he then needs to call general election. It will be within a week. It has to be before. It has to be, you know, there will be some hitches and everything ironed out, but he has to get it sorted out, and then get an election going, get back in, and then 5 years of Boris. He might only do one full term, and then maybe it'll be Rees-Mogg or Rob or Priti Patel, probably be the
leader. No, 2019 Blockbuster downloaded. Alright, okay, so I might be watching that. Ego Chip thinks the Labour Party is full of Tory plants deliberately disabling it to make them unelectable. No, I don't think it is. It isn't. I mean, obviously, a lot of people went in to vote for Corbyn when they did the £3 membership, but it really isn't. I really don't think it is. What has happened with Labour, I saw happening for a long time. I saw those kind of people around, but not actually in Labour. And it wasn't until Labour actually brought these people in, got Corbyn in, that we saw how bad it had become. And it is bad. It's bad. I should have. No, we don't. We weren't just doing political stuff. We were doing other stuff. We did, all kinds of stuff. Glad to hear everything's going well with you, mate. I'm going to switch off in a minute anyway, because it's now nearly 1 o'clock and I've got, stuff I've got to do tomorrow. So, ladies, in fact, now will be the time I stop. So it's like, I'll go through, This is Light Stacks Bricks. And I've been showing people, they have a pretty cool, it's happening in waves when it goes up. You can see it on the delay. It might be a scan delay. It's got a sound detecting mode. See? So you can be like a Kit from Knight Rider. Or, something else. So it's Duplo compatible bricks. Roughly compatible. They're not 100% Lego compatible. But you can plug Duplo size bricks in. But they're called Light Stacks. You can normally get them from John Lewis, but I don't think they've got them at the minute. You can get them from Amazon. Light Stacks. And get the version 2 because they've got more options. That's flashing mode. Do you know what? These dimming modes are always a bit difficult with LEDs because they don't have... I've just noticed they have an orientation on these. The more light comes out of one side. Interesting. You don't always get... You don't always get the right thing. Yeah, they're Duplo size bricks. So this is a Mega Block Duplo size brick, which is roughly the same as except it's crapper quality. So you get these kind of things, and this is a Light Stack brick. So you can see the contacts, and it's got a different bottom altogether. What will fit on a standard Duplo tray it work on, but it doesn't actually work on a Lego tray, and I've only got Lego bottom trays. So we've just got a Lego Technic Porsche. Excellent. Yeah, and this is it plugging it with USB. It's a lot dimmer if it's just normal battery. With USB you get a load more light. I wish I could film my balcony while the light's cozy out there. It even made Zeus write me after sending him mail. Lovely. Well, Technics Porsche, good. I'll look forward to seeing that. And look, ladies, gentlemen, or I think it's just gentlemen left now. I am going to call it a night because it's now 1 o'clock coming up to. Been nice to just do a stream, no gaming, just talking for 2 hours. And I've got to get back to the message I got sent earlier on in the stream. Find out what's going on. And I'll catch all you guys later. But thanks for joining me. And I'll do something quality at some point. At some point. I didn't say it'd be next week. Anyway, guys, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.